Good morning, y'all. Grid by Guru here. Today, what I'm going to do, Pionex has two features there are two orders for your entry and exit points. One is called a trailing buy, and one is called a trailing sell. Now, what I'm going to try and do today is I'm going to try to explain which one of those, or what they are, how they work. I'm also going to do some drawing for you. So do not be upset about my drawings. I don't feel like I'm an artist, and I'm going to try my best on these. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about a trailing sell. I believe these are in your smart trade options. So a trailing sell is when you have a token and you want to sell it. So you think that it's going to continue. You think this token is going to continue going up. A lot of times people use it in bull markets or when they think that there is going to be some really good news that comes out. And I'm going to give you an example. So what you do is it's also kind of used as a safety net. So what you will end up doing is you will go and you will purchase, okay, and we're going to say, okay, you are going to purchase ABC USDT, and we're going to say $10 for $10. All right. Now, what you end up doing is you put a trailing sell in for 10%. Okay. So we got a trailing sell for 10%. Now, what this looks like on the chart, again, we're starting at $10. What this will look like on the chart is, here's your chart. $10, okay? This is going to be where we bought our coin, our token. 10% under that, okay? 10% under your initial buy-in. So what you guys are going to look at is, where is that at? So at $9, there is going to be a market sell order, okay, at $9. So when if that token drops 10% and hits $9, it will sell, okay, which is kind of like a normal stop loss. However, if you are fortunate enough and you get in on a coin and you're holding it and you're like, okay, there's going to be good news, or somebody perhaps tweets about it. So yesterday, DOGE USDT, it just skyrocketed. Okay, that is going to be the time you may want to put a trailing stop in. So what this does is, say you enter at $10, trailing stop at $9. If this goes down to 9.01, it's not going to trigger. Okay, and then if the price of the coin goes up, we're going to say it goes all the way up to $20. Goes all the way to $20. This trailing stop, it continues to move up as the price goes. And you're going to have some bounces here, more than likely, on the way up. But if this coin never drops 10%, then this trailing stop is never going to get triggered, and it will just keep going up with the price of the coin. So say it gets to $20. Say it hits $20. Okay. And then your trailing stop would be still at 10%. So 10% of $20 is going to be $2. So your trailing stop would be at $18. Now, if it hits $20 and drops back down to 18, you have basically a stop loss. Okay. Sometimes people call it a trailing stop loss. And it will do a market sell. So you will have all of your tokens sold at $18. Okay. So that is going to be a trailing stop. Now, as I said, it may bounce around right here and it may never actually hit 18, and it could keep going. It could skyrocket again. I'm sure you guys have seen a chart that potentially looks like that. It could skyrocket again. It could go all the way up to $30. And guess what? This trail, it is going to be trailing right along with it. And that would be a $27 stop loss then, trailing stop. Okay. So on different coins, on different tokens, you have potential for this to be really, really, really beneficial. Okay. If I go down here, I think yesterday, DOG EUSDT, it looked like this. The chart looked like this. And then I think it slowly came back. I haven't looked at it this morning, but I think it slowly started coming down. If you had a trailing stop loss here and all of a sudden it took off, that trail is going to continue trailing all the way up until this bounce right here, until that bounce. And when it hits that bounce and it drops back down, then it will trigger that sell. Okay. So again, that is a trailing stop loss or trailing sell, right, in Pionex. The opposite will happen with a trailing buy. The opposite's going to happen with a trailing buy. So again, A, B, C, USDT, a trailing buy. We're going to say we want to buy ABC USDT, and we're going to do a trailing buy for 10%. For 10%. Trailing buy. Okay. Again, draw my chart. This is the opposite. Okay. So this is going to be, oh, I like that token. I do. It's bouncing around here. We have a 10%, and all of a sudden it drops. And it stops right here. Right? It bounces right there. That means that we're going to say it bounces at again, we're going to say it bounces at $2. Okay, bounces at $2. So that means that trailing stop going to be right about here. Or sorry, that trailing buy will be about right there. And 10% of $2 is going to be $2.20. Okay, and again, it trailed it all the way down. Okay, and what this is good for is buying dips. So if you think there may be a downtrend, maybe you're looking on the chart and you see something like this happening, and you're like, oh man, that's a good price, but I don't know how how deep it's actually going to end up going. Jump in with a trailing stop or a trailing buy, not a trailing stop, trailing buy, and write it down And then even if it bounces here, bounces here, bounces here, and then as soon as it hits that 220, it'll do a market buy. So you'll get those tokens for $2.20. And more than likely, you'll be able to profit some, because if something drops like that, there's probably some reason. And it probably, potentially, could rebound. Okay? All right, so I'm hoping I helped you out. I'm hoping this video has given you some insight on a trailing buy and a trailing stop, the options on Pionex. Subscribe to this channel, hit the bell. That way you know when more videos are coming up. Happy trading today, and I hope everybody stays green.